Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So happy to have you here. Today we're diving into a super interesting reading. They're unspoken messages for you. Ooh, I'm excited about this one. Hopefully this reading will help bring clarity. So how this is gonna work, we have 4 piles to choose from, each marked with a different crystal. What's really cool is that these aren't just any messages, but the ones they're maybe not saying out loud. We're gonna see what's lingering beneath the surface. Hopefully, these messages resonate and give you some guidance whenever you're watching this, because this reading is timeless. All right, let's get into the crystal piles. First, we have this beautiful turquoise dragon. The theme here is harmonizing, bridging the inner and outer worlds. So, these are messages about finding balance in your relationships and within yourself. Then, we have this cool agate point. This pile is all about shielding vulnerabilities, so think of subtle guidance and support they might be hesitant to offer directly. Next up is this smoky quartz heart. Ooh, buried truths emerging. So these are messages that might require courage to face, revealing hidden depths of feeling. And finally, we have this radiant rhodonite sun. This is all about illuminating compassion. Think messages intended to spark understanding, fostering healing in your connection. So, take a moment, breathe, and see which crystal you're most drawn to. Really trust your intuition here. There's no pressure at all. It's okay to check multiple piles if you feel called. And as you're choosing, maybe make a little wish for clarity and understanding. All right, I'm sending you all good vibes, and I'll see you in your reading. Okay, so the turquoise dragon crystal is all about harmonizing, right? And that perfectly fits our theme today, bridging the inner and outer worlds. It's like finding that sweet spot where your intuition and your actions are totally aligned. These messages are all about finding that balance within yourself and, in your relationships too. So let's dive into these cards because, oh my gosh, this is juicy. We've got the High Priestess, the Devil, and the Ace of Wands. Okay, first, the High Priestess. She's all about intuition, secrets, and the unseen. I feel like this is saying there's something deeply intuitive going on with this person. They're tapping into their inner wisdom, maybe even secrets that they've been hiding from themselves. It's like they're finally listening to that little voice inside, And this voice has, been trying to tell them something for ages, and they're finally hearing it. So they may also have been hiding things from other people too, as well as themselves. Then, we've got the Devil. Oh, now don't freak out. This isn't necessarily a bad thing. The Devil often represents, blockages, unhealthy attachments, things that are holding you back. So this could be anything from, a toxic relationship pattern to, just plain old self-doubt. What I feel from this is they've been trapped in this cycle or held back by something and haven't even realized because it's felt so comfortable to them. Comfortable but limiting. It could even be something they're addicted to or some limiting beliefs about themselves or what they deserve. But then, we have the Ace of Wands. Yes. This is pure creative energy, new beginnings, a spark of passion. It's after all that inner work with the High Priestess and breaking free from whatever was holding them back with the Devil, bam, they're hit with this surge of inspiration and motivation. Oh my God, I'm so excited for them. This is the universe is saying, okay, you're ready, time to create something amazing. It's like they are bursting with ideas, but also really ready to step into their power and make it happen. So get ready, because they are coming in hot. Okay, so after all that, get ready, because here comes the Tower. Now, I know the Tower can look a little scary, right? But trust me, in this context, it's actually a really good thing, especially after all that work they've been doing. With the High Priestess digging deep, and then breaking free from those devilish chains, and then bam, the Ace of Wands like a lightning bolt of inspiration. The Tower is kind of the next level of that. It's okay, you've cleared the ground, now the universe is gonna shake things up a little bit, Think of it like this, all that inner work they've been doing. It's they've been building this new foundation, right? But maybe there's still some old stuff clinging on, some outdated beliefs, or some situations that just aren't serving them anymore. The Tower comes in and just crash, demolishes those last bits of the old, so they can really, truly build something amazing and authentic. It's kind of like a necessary demolition, you know. So, what does this mean practically? Well, it could mean a sudden change in their career, like maybe they lose their job, but it forces them to finally pursue their passion, that Ace of Wands passion. Or it could be a relationship that ends abruptly, but it's because that relationship was actually holding them back from their full potential, you know, that devil energy. It might feel chaotic at first, like everything is falling apart, but really it's all falling into place. See, the Tower is about truth. It's about revealing what's been hidden, and sometimes that revelation can be shocking, even painful. But ultimately, it's liberating. It's like, oh my God, I can finally see clearly now. And then they can finally move forward without all that baggage. And remember our turquoise dragon crystal? Harmonizing? Well, this Tower moment, as shocking as it might be, is actually bringing them into greater alignment with their true selves. It's like the universe is forcing them to be honest with themselves, to shed the illusions, and to step into their power. You know, it's bridging that inner and outer world, because what they're experiencing on the outside is finally reflecting what's been happening on the inside. It's all connected. I'm seriously excited to see what comes next. Okay, so after all that, and honestly, Hugh, it's been intense, we have the Queen of Cups. Which, oh my gosh, I think is really beautiful, especially right here. I definitely think this is about reconnecting to your heart space in a powerful way, particularly after all the upheaval from the Tower. I think you are going to be experiencing a lot more emotional intelligence, like for yourself and others. And also, I think you're going to be getting a lot more in touch with your intuition, especially if you've been, kinda disconnected from your feelings, or if you rely on logic, you know? You might find that you are bursting with empathy again. You may have been worried, like if you've been dealing with emotional numbness, or just a lack of emotional connection in general. I think that you are gaining a lot of emotional maturity. Not only that, but I think you're looking at life through a fresh set of eyes that are more compassionate, eyes that are more understanding of yourself, and looking at the world not as, what if I get hurt? But rather, well, let me open my heart and see what happens, and let's try. Let's do something different. Let's go for something that we've been wanting to experience emotionally. I also think that, you're going to find that yaoven if you've been doing something, say, for example, maybe you've been suppressing your emotions for years. You may be looking at things with a more beginner's mindset. Or you may be approaching your feelings in a newer way that is more exciting and rejuvenating. So, maybe you have defined yourself as only, a logical person in the past, and now you're saying, maybe feeling my feelings is something that could also bring me joy and help me find a path forward. So now you are incorporating new forms of emotional expression, or new forms of connecting with yourself, that is not only allowing what you're already doing to be more fresh, but also, I think you may be rekindling your love for certain emotions or types of people. I also think that you are going to find that you just feel more connected in general. You feel more excited to be a part of life, to live your life, and I think that compassion is going to be a bit infectious. I think other people are also going to notice that shift in you, and they're going to be inspired by your perspective as well. You know, if one of your dreams is to be able to inspire others with your emotional vulnerability, that is exactly what's coming in for you. That is a big thing where you may find that you have the courage to share these things that you feel, and they really resonate with people in powerful ways. I think one thing you need to know is that you have a very unique emotional landscape. As you are shifting into this energy, and as it's coming to you, one thing that you may struggle with is just that doubt that comes with feeling of, oh, this is too much, or, oh, maybe this isn't safe, or, oh, maybe I should just shut this down, or something like that. Instead, you're going to be like, no, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect. No, you know what, not everybody has to feel this perspective. No, you know what, this doesn't have to resonate with everyone. I'm feeling this for me, and for whoever it benefits, it benefits. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see what comes next. This is probably going to affect your relationships in a huge way. Okay, so after all that emotional opening up, oh my gosh, here comes justice. Which honestly I think is really powerful. I definitely think this is about bringing balance into your life after, like, all that crazy change, especially after all the emotional vulnerability of the Queen of Cups. I think you are going to be experiencing a lot more clarity, like for yourself and others, and also I think you're going to be getting a lot more in touch with your sense of fairness, especially if you've been, like, kinda avoiding conflict, or if you rely on people-pleasing, you know? You might find that you are bursting with integrity again. You may have been worried, like if you've been dealing with people taking advantage of you, or just a lack of fairness in general. I think that you are gaining a lot more strength to stand up for yourself. Not only that, but I think you're looking at life through a fresh set of eyes that are more discerning, eyes that are more honest with yourself, and looking at the world not as, what if I upset someone? But rather, well, let me speak my truth and see what happens, and let's try. Let's do something different. Let's go for something that we've been wanting to experience ethically. I also think that, like, you're going to find that Yauoven if you've been doing something, like say, for example, maybe you've been avoiding confrontation for years to, maybe looking at things with a more empowered mindset. Or you may be approaching your relationships in a newer way that is more balanced and rejuvenating. So, like, maybe you have defined yourself as only, like, a passive person in the past, and now you're saying, maybe like standing up for myself is something that could also bring me joy and help me find a path forward. So now, you are incorporating new forms of communication or new forms of interacting with others that is not only allowing what you're already doing to be more fresh, but also, I think you may be rekindling your love for justice and for advocating for yourself and others. I also think that you are going to find that you just feel more balanced in general. Like you feel more excited to be a part of life, to live your life, and I think that fairness is going to be a bit infectious. I think other people are also going to notice that shift in you, and they're going to be inspired by your perspective as well. If one of your dreams is to be able to inspire others with your integrity, that is exactly what's coming in for you. Like that is a big thing where you may find that you have the courage to share these things that you believe in, and they really resonate with people in powerful ways. I think one thing you need to know is that you have a very unique moral compass. As you're shifting into this energy, and as it's coming to you, one thing that you may struggle with is just that doubt that comes with speaking your truth of, oh, this is too harsh, or, oh, maybe this isn't kind, or, oh, maybe I should just keep quiet or something like that. Instead, you're going to be like, no, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect. No, you know what, not everybody has to see this perspective. No, you know what, this doesn't have to resonate with everyone. I'm speaking this for me, and for whoever it benefits, it benefits. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see what comes next. How is this going to affect your career? Okay, so after all that balancing and truth, oh my gosh, here comes the 9 of Pentacles, which, honestly, I think is really amazing. I definitely think this is about stepping into your independence in a powerful way, especially after all that balancing with justice. I think you are going to be experiencing a lot more self-reliance, like for yourself and others, and also I think you're going to be getting a lot more in touch with your security, especially if you've been, like, kind of feeling dependent, or if you rely on others, You might find that you are bursting with confidence again. You may have been worried, like if you've been dealing with financial insecurity or just a lack of independence in general. I think that you are gaining a lot of stability. Not only that, but I think you're looking at life through a fresh set of eyes that are more appreciative, eyes that are more secure with yourself, and looking at the world not as, what if I lose everything? But rather, well, let me enjoy what I've created and see what happens, and let's try. Let's do something different. Let's go for something that we've been wanting to experience independently. I also think that, like, you're going to find that Yauoven if you've been doing something, like say, for example, maybe you've been relying on others for years, you may be looking at things with a more self-sufficient mindset. Or you may be approaching your life in a newer way that is more secure and rejuvenating. So, like, maybe you have defined yourself as only, like, a dependent person in the past, and now you're saying, maybe like creating my own stability is something that could also bring me joy and help me find a path forward. So now you are incorporating new forms of financial freedom or new forms of connecting with yourself that is not only allowing what you're already doing to be more fresh, but also I think you may be rekindling your love for luxury or for certain types of independence. I also think that you are going to find that you just feel more at peace in general. Like you feel more excited to be a part of life, to live your life. And I think that that confidence is going to be a bit infectious. I think other people are also going to notice that shift in you, and they're going to be inspired by your perspective as well. You know, if one of your dreams is to be able to inspire others with your independence, that is exactly what's coming in for you. Like that is a big thing where you may find that you have the courage to share these things that you've created, and they really resonate with people in powerful ways. I think one thing you need to know is that you have a very unique understanding of self-worth. As you are shifting into this energy, and as it's coming to you, one thing that you may struggle with is just that doubt that comes with being independent of, oh, this is too much, or, oh, maybe this isn't safe, or, oh, maybe I should just share this with someone or something like that. Instead, you're going to be like, no, you know what, it doesn't have to be perfect. No, you know what, not everybody has to see this perspective. No, you know what, this doesn't have to resonate with everyone. I'm feeling this for me, and for whoever it benefits, it benefits. Oh my God, I'm so excited to see what comes next. How is this going to affect your relationships? Seriously. Okay, so after all that, I mean seriously, look how far you've come. From the High Priestess's whispers to finally standing in your own power with the Nine of Pentacles, it's like, whoa. You've been diving deep, shedding old skin, and really stepping into your own. And now, the final piece of the puzzle, strength. Oh my gosh, this card, right here, right now. It's like the ultimate culmination of everything we've been talking about. Remember that turquoise dragon and how it's all about harmonizing? Well, strength isn't about, like, flexing muscles and dominating. It's about inner fortitude, about meeting challenges with grace, compassion, and unwavering self-belief. It's about tamming your inner beast, not by force, but by understanding and loving it. Think about it, after the Tower shook everything up and the Queen of Cups opened your heart, you needed that justice to find balance. And then, with the Nine of Pentacles, you claimed your independence, right? But all of that takes strength. It takes courage to be vulnerable, to stand up for yourself, to create your own path. So, how do you embody this strength in your everyday life? Well, first, be kind to yourself. Seriously, this journey hasn't been easy and you've probably faced some tough moments. Acknowledge your feelings, but don't let them define you. Remember that inner voice, the one the High Priestess was guiding you to hear? Listen to it. It knows your truth. Also, practice resilience. Things won't always go your way. There will be setbacks, disappointments, maybe even a few more tower moments, you know? But strength isn't about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them with grace and learning from them. It's about getting back up, dusting yourself off, and saying, okay, what's next? And finally, remember that you are worthy of love, happiness, and success. The devil's chains are broken. You are free to create the life you've always dreamed of. The universe is supporting you. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust that you have the strength to overcome any obstacle. You are amazing, seriously. Go out there and shine. I am, like, so excited for you. Hi friend, welcome, welcome. So you pick the agate point, which is all about protection. With this crystal, and the theme of this reading being shielding vulnerabilities, it feels like these messages are coming from a place where someone is trying to guard their heart while still offering you guidance. Okay, let's jump right into these cards because wow. So first up, we have the Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh, this card is like pure, unadulterated happiness, right? It's that ultimate fulfillment, like the perfect family, overflowing joy, just everything is harmonious and beautiful. So, I feel like, on some level, this person really desires this kind of happiness for you, maybe even with you. This could be a message about their hopes for the future, a future where everything is just easy, you know. They might not be saying it directly, but they're sending you this vibe of wanting that storybook ending. But, and here's the thing, it's like they are showing you this ideal because they can't say it. They are too afraid to be vulnerable and actually tell you that they want that with you, you know? They don't want to mess anything up. the other cards can maybe tell us more. Then we have the Chariot. This is where things get interesting. The Chariot is all about willpower, determination, and taking control. I feel like this person sees you as someone who's capable, driven, and ready to charge forward. But, and this is a big but, I also get the sense that they are hesitant to fully support you, or to offer you that support directly. Maybe they're worried about overstepping, or maybe they feel like they need to assert themselves in some way. It's like they're saying, I believe in you, but I also need to make sure I'm getting what I need out of this situation too. It's a very headstrong energy, and they're not really. They are unsure of how to express it, so the message comes off a bit mixed. And finally, Justice. This card is all about fairness, balance, and truth. I feel like this person is really trying to create a sense of equilibrium, maybe in your relationship, or maybe in a situation that involves both of you. They want things to be fair, but they might be struggling with how to achieve that. There's a sense of needing to weigh things carefully to make sure that everyone is being treated equitably. This could be a message about their own internal struggle with fairness, like they're trying to do the right thing, but they're not quite sure how. It feels like this unspoken message comes from them really wanting things to be balanced and honest between you two, but they are approaching it very carefully, maybe even a little bit defensively. And there's a reason they are being careful. I wonder what that could be. Ooh, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh, this is huge. This is like big energy coming in here. Okay, so like, after all that stuff about them wanting balance but being hesitant, and wanting that like perfect 10 of Cups future but being too scared to say it, now we have the Wheel of Fortune. This just throws everything up in the air, doesn't it? So basically, this card is all about destiny, right? Like, things are changing, things are turning. It's like they're realizing that maybe they can't control everything, and that's huge considering the Chariot was all about control and willpower. Maybe, like, deep down, they know that things are kind of out of their hands, and that's why they're being so careful and guarded. They are maybe feeling like things are in motion whether they like it or not. And with that agate point energy, maybe they're scared about what's coming, which, like, makes total sense. Okay, so, is this good luck or bad luck? I mean, the Wheel of Fortune can be both, right? Maybe they're seeing some opportunities coming your way, or maybe they're worried about some challenges that are headed your way, or both. Maybe they are just seeing things changing for you. That's so interesting, because it feels like they see things heading in a certain direction, and they are uncertain about what that direction means. Maybe they're seeing you grow and evolve, and they're wondering if they can keep up, you know? Or, like, if you'll still want them when you reach the top of the wheel. But also, maybe this is about them. Maybe they feel like their own life is changing, and they are scared about how it's going to affect things between you two. Are they worried that they are being left behind? Or maybe they think you're both being propelled towards something, and they aren't sure if it's a good thing. Wow, this is so loaded. So, what exactly about fate is scaring them so much, and what does it mean for you? Okay, so the Empress. Wow, this is interesting after the Wheel of Fortune, right? The Empress is like ultimate nurturing energy, like wanting to create and care for things. So, like, after all that fear and control, now we have this card about wanting to nurture. Maybe, like, the unspoken message here is that they want to take care of you, like, really deeply. But, and here's the thing, with that agate point, it's like they're shielding that desire, you know? It's like they're afraid to fully show that nurturing side because, like, maybe they've been hurt in the past, or maybe they're afraid of being rejected. So they're offering you this, like, subtle guidance and support, but they're not fully letting you in on how much they care because that would make them vulnerable. They are only showing you the parts of themselves they feel safe showing, you know? It's like they're trying to mother you from a distance. And it also kind of ties back into the Chariot, right? Like, wanting to be in control. Maybe they feel like if they let themselves fully nurture you, they'll lose control of the situation or of their own emotions. It's like they are thinking, I can care for you, but only if I can do it on my own terms, you know? There is a disconnect between what they feel and what they are willing to show. Or like maybe they see you as this Empress figure, this strong, abundant woman, and they feel like they can't measure up, you know? Maybe they feel like they don't have anything to offer you, like you are all that you need, which isn't true, but maybe that's how they see it. They are intimidated by your abundance, or that 10 of Cups life, so they hold back. So it's like this whole reading is about someone who wants to give, but they're holding back for all these different reasons, you know? Fear of vulnerability, need for control, feeling inadequate. And now with the Wheel of Fortune, they know the universe is going to do what it's going to do, so maybe they should just let go. But still, they're hesitant. What is it that they are so scared of? Okay, so we have the Four of Swords. So after all of that, we have rest. So like, the Four of Swords is all about needing to rest, recharge, step away from the situation, you know? It's like everything has been so intense, and now it's time to just like, chill out for a sec. So is this them needing the rest? Or are they telling you to rest? I feel like it's both, honestly. Like they are feeling exhausted by all of this internal turmoil, you know, all that wanting and fearing and controlling. They need a break from it all. But also, like, maybe they're seeing that you're getting worn out by this push and pull, you know? And they're subtly suggesting that you take a step back too. Like, hey, let's just like, not talk about this for a few days, you know? Let's just chill and watch TV. But of course, they're not saying it directly because, you know, that's not how they roll. So like, maybe they're afraid of what will happen if you don't rest, you know? Maybe they see you pushing too hard and they're worried you're going to crash and burn. And they don't want that, even though they're also kind of pushing you at the same time with all this mixed messaging. It's like, if they tell you to stop, maybe things will fall apart. And how does this all tie in with the agate point, right? It's all about protection. So maybe by suggesting rest, they're trying to protect themselves, right? Protect themselves from getting hurt, or from having to deal with your reaction if things go south. It is like, if things stay still, there is less chance for things to go badly. Like, maybe they need to shield their heart by avoiding anything that brings up all these conflicting feelings. This ties back to the Empress, because they can't be nurturing, right? They have to be still. But also, maybe they're trying to protect you. From what? From the potential disappointment if things don't work out the way you want them to. From the intensity of their own emotions. From the Wheel of Fortune. It's like they're saying, okay, universe, just like, give us a minute, okay? Can we just have a little time out before you throw any more curveballs our way? So the unspoken message is like, let's just freeze everything for a second. But what are they so afraid of facing? Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so like, after all that resting, here we have like, grounded, practical energy. So like, the Queen of Pentacles is all about like, creating a stable, secure environment, right? It's like wanting to build something real and lasting. So, is this them wanting to provide that for you? Or is this like, how they see you, like, as already embodying that Queen of Pentacles energy? I feel like it is a little of both, honestly. They see you as someone who is capable of creating that stability, but they also, like, secretly want to contribute to it, you know? Like, they want to be the provider, but they're also scared that they can't measure up. So, like, maybe the unspoken message here is that they want to offer you security, like, a safe and comfortable life. But like, with that agate point, they're also like, shielding that desire because like, maybe they're afraid of failing, or maybe they feel like they don't have enough to offer, you know? It is like they want to give you the world, but they are worried that they can't. This is like all wrapped up with that Empress energy and the 10 of Cups wish fulfillment. Or like, maybe they see you as this Queen of Pentacles figure, like, this strong, independent person who doesn't need anyone's help, right? And they feel like they have to prove themselves worthy, or like they have to offer something of equal value. This also ties back to the Justice card. They want to be fair and equitable, so maybe they are worried that they are not bringing enough to the table, you know? They are trying to create balance, but feel off balance themselves. But okay, wait, what if it is about them needing stability? After all that Wheel of Fortune chaos, and needing that Four of Swords rest, maybe this is them craving some solid ground, you know? They might be low-key insecure or something, or maybe they are just craving, like, a chill home life. So the unspoken message is like, I want to build something real with you, but I'm also scared that I'm not good enough, or that the universe is going to throw us another curveball. This is why they were being so careful and guarded. Okay, so, like, after all that, the King of Cups. Oh my gosh, this is so good. So, like, we've seen this person struggling with their emotions, right? wanting to nurture, wanting to provide, but also being like super scared to actually show it. But the King of Cups, he's like the master of emotions. He's emotionally mature, he's compassionate, he's balanced, he's in control of his feelings, but not in a like chariot controlling way, you know? He's just like he's got it all figured out. So like, is this them finally stepping into their power? Like, are they finally ready to like open up and be vulnerable? Maybe this is their unspoken message, like, I'm working on it, okay. I'm trying to be a better, more emotionally available person. Or like, maybe they see you as the King of Cups. Maybe they see you as this emotionally strong person who can handle anything, and they're drawn to that, you know? It's like they're thinking, wow, she's got her stuff together, I want to be like that. And with the agate point, right, maybe they see you as someone who can protect them emotionally. But either way, like, this card is all about emotional intelligence. So, like, how can you use this energy? I feel like the message here is to, like, trust your intuition, you know? Trust your gut feelings about this person and about the situation. You know what's best for you, so don't be afraid to, like, set boundaries and communicate your needs, even if they're not saying what you want to hear. And also, like, be compassionate, but don't be a doormat, you know? Like the Griffin said, be kind, but be a divine badass. You deserve to be with someone who's emotionally available and supportive, so don't settle for anything less. This King of Cups energy is, like, saying, you got this. You're strong, you're capable, and you deserve all the love and happiness in the world. So, like, go out there and create that 10 of Cups dream for yourself, you know? Don't wait for someone else to give it to you. And trust that the universe is on your side, even if things get a little chaotic with that Wheel of Fortune energy. You are protected, you are guided, and you are loved. Okay. Okay, so you chose the Smoky Quartz heart, which is all about transformation. And that's so perfect because this reading is about buried truths emerging, things that take real courage to face. So, like, get ready for some hidden depths, okay? Let's jump right into these cards, because they're already telling such an incredible story. First up, we've got the Ace of Cups, and this is all about new beginnings, especially in your emotional life, you know? But with this reading's theme, it feels like these aren't just any new feelings. These are like long-buried emotions finally bubbling to the surface. Think of it as a cup overflowing with truths you've maybe been avoiding. It's like, what have you been keeping hidden from yourself, you know? What emotions have you been suppressing? This card is a gentle nudge, but also a super powerful invitation to finally acknowledge those feelings. Maybe it's a past hurt, a secret desire, or even a hidden talent you haven't allowed yourself to explore, you know? It's time to, like, really feel it all, even if it's uncomfortable. Next, we have the Death card, and I know it sounds scary, but trust me, it's not. This is about transformation, like complete shedding of the old to make way for the new, which fits perfectly with facing those buried truths, right? This card is saying that in order to embrace the new beginnings offered by the Ace of Cups, something has to end. Maybe it's a relationship, a job, or more likely, an old way of thinking or being. It's about releasing what no longer serves you, even if it's scary, you know? And that takes serious courage. It's about having the bravery to say, okay, this isn't working anymore, and I'm ready to let it go, even if I don't know what's next. This card is a reminder that endings are necessary for new beginnings, and this is definitely an invitation to embrace the unknown and trust that this transformation is leading you to something better. And finally, we have the Four of Wands. This is all about celebration, joy, and stability, like finally finding your happy place, right? After facing those buried truths and going through that intense transformation with the Death card, this is where you land, you know? It's like you've done the hard work, you've faced your fears, and now you're building a foundation of joy and stability. This card is a sign that you're creating a life that truly aligns with who you are, you know. It's a time to celebrate your achievements, big and small, and to surround yourself with people who support and uplift you. It's like a homecoming, a feeling of finally being where you're meant to be. How amazing is that? And oh my gosh, this is getting so good because now we have the High Priestess. Okay, so this card is like all about your intuition and like the secrets of the universe, right? It's like tapping into your inner knowing, and it's saying that there's still more to this story than meets the eye, especially with those buried truths we talked about earlier. Like with the Ace of Cups, all those emotions bubbling up, the High Priestess is asking you to really trust your gut about them, you know? What is your intuition telling you about these feelings? Are they truly yours, or are they maybe influenced by someone else, or something from the past? This card is urging you to go deeper, to explore the subconscious layers of those emotions, you know. And after the Death card, with all that transformation and letting go, the High Priestess is saying that your intuition is your best guide now, seriously. Like, you've cleared out so much old stuff, and now you have space to really hear your inner voice, so listen to it. Don't second-guess yourself, you know? Trust that you know what's best for you, even if it doesn't make sense to anyone else. And get this, it ties into the Four of Wands too. So you're building this foundation of joy and stability, right? But the High Priestess is like, making sure that foundation is built on truth, like your truth. Your intuition will guide you toward the right choices, the right people, and the right opportunities to create a life that truly aligns with your soul. And you know, it feels like you're being called to create some serious magic here. It's like, what do you really desire? What does your intuition tell you is possible? Don't be afraid to dream big and trust that you have the power to manifest those dreams, you know? So basically, the High Priestess is saying, trust yourself, girl. You have all the answers within you, and the more you listen to your intuition, the clearer your path will become. Okay, I am so excited to see what's next, because this is definitely getting interesting. Okay, so now we have the Ace of Swords. Oh my gosh, this is, like, so intense, right? Because this card is all about truth and clarity and, like, a new way of thinking, you know? But after the High Priestess telling you to trust your intuition, this feels like a bolt of lightning. It's like, bam, truth bomb, right? Remember how the High Priestess was saying there's more to the story, and to trust your gut? Well, the Ace of Swords is like the universe confirming that, but in a really, really direct way, you know? It's like, suddenly everything clicks into place, and you see things with crystal clarity. Maybe there's been something you've been suspecting, or a situation you just couldn't quite put your finger on, and this Ace of Swords is like cutting through all the confusion and revealing the truth, you know? It can be a little shocking, but also incredibly liberating. Especially with the Death card earlier, and all that transformation, this truth is like the final piece of the puzzle, you know? It's the thing that allows you to finally release the old and fully embrace the new. It's like, you can't really move forward until you have this clarity, right? But like, don't be scared. Because with the Smoky Quartz heart being all about transformation, this Ace of Swords, this truth, is actually a gift, you know? It's going to help you transform into the most authentic version of yourself, seriously. And remember the Ace of Cups, all those emotions bubbling up? Well, the Ace of Swords is helping you understand those emotions, you know. It's giving you the clarity to see why you feel the way you do, and to make choices that align with your true self. And the Four of Wands, you're building that foundation of joy and stability, right? But the Ace of Swords is making sure that foundation is built on solid ground, on truth. You can't really create a happy and stable life if you're not being honest with yourself and others, you know. This card is urging you to speak your truth, even if it's difficult. It's about having the courage to stand up for what you believe in and to live your life with integrity. It's like, no more hiding, no more pretending, just pure, unadulterated truth. How awesome is that? Okay, I am so ready for the next card, because this is seriously getting so good. Okay, so we have the Fool. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting, right? Because this card is like pure potential, new beginnings, like stepping into the unknown with total faith, you know? And after the Ace of Swords, like that truth bomb hitting you, this feels like the universe is saying, okay, you know the truth, now what are you going to do about it? You know. It's like the truth has set you free, but also maybe pushed you to the edge of a cliff, right? And the Fool is all about taking that leap, even if you can't see where you're going to land, honestly. And, you know, with the Death card being about transformation, like shedding the old, the Fool is like the ultimate symbol of embracing the new, seriously. It's like you've let go of what no longer serves you, and now you're free to explore all the possibilities, all the adventures that life has to offer, you know? This card is saying, don't be afraid to step outside your comfort zone, don't be afraid to take risks. But it's also interesting with the Four of Wands, because that's all about stability and building a solid foundation, right? So the Fool might seem like the opposite of that, chaos and uncertainty, but maybe it's about finding stability within the adventure, you know? Maybe it's about building a life that's both grounded and exciting, a life where you feel safe enough to take risks and explore new possibilities honestly. And the High Priestess, with that intuition, this is all about trusting your gut on this journey, seriously. The Fool isn't reckless, you know? The Fool is guided by inner wisdom, by a deep knowing that everything is going to be okay, even if it doesn't look like it from the outside. You need to listen to that inner voice, you know? It's the voice that's been guiding you all along, and it's the voice that will lead you to the most amazing adventures. This feels like a major turning point, a chance to really step into your power and create a life that's aligned with your soul, a life that's full of joy, excitement, and purpose. Okay, I am so excited to see what the final card is, because this is seriously getting so good. Okay, so now we have the Magician, and oh my gosh, this is seriously powerful, right? Because this card is all about manifestation and taking action, and using all the tools you have to create the life you want, you know? So after the Fool, which is all about stepping into the unknown, this feels like you're not just blindly stumbling into this new adventure, you know? You're actually equipped to handle whatever comes your way. It's the Fool is the potential, but the Magician is the actualization, seriously. And remember the Ace of Swords with that truth bomb? Well, the Magician is about using that truth to your advantage, you know? It's now that you know the truth, what are you going to do with it? How are you going to use that knowledge to create something amazing, honestly? And it connects so perfectly with the High Priestess, because that's all about trusting your intuition, right? So, the Magician is about combining your intuition with action. It's you know what you want, and you know how to get it, so go for it, honestly. And the Ace of Cups, all those emotions bubbling up. The Magician is about harnessing those emotions and turning them into fuel, you know? It's about using your passion and your creativity to manifest your desires, you know? It's don't be afraid to feel deeply, and don't be afraid to express those feelings in a creative way. And of course, the Death card with all that transformation, this is all about you transforming yourself and then consciously choosing a different path, you know? Letting go of the old to step into this now. And the Four of Wands. You are building that foundation of joy and stability, but the Magician is about taking that foundation and building something even bigger and better, right? It's you've created a safe and supportive space for yourself, and now you're ready to step into your power and create something truly magical, and the Smoky Quartz heart is helping you transform every step of the way. It feels like what you are moving towards requires you to own your power, you know? To truly believe you deserve this joy, and you have everything you need to make it happen. Okay, this whole reading is just wow. Okay, so wow, after all of that, we end with the Page of Cups, and this is so beautiful, you know? Because this card is all about new beginnings, but from a place of innocence and openness, you know? After all that intense transformation, this feels like you're being invited to approach your life with a sense of wonder and curiosity, you know? It's you've faced all these buried truths, you've shed the old, you've really dug deep, and now you're ready to start fresh. But with all this new wisdom and experience, you know? And remember the Ace of Cups with all those emotions bubbling up. Well, the Page of Cups is learning how to navigate those emotions with grace and compassion, honestly. It's you're becoming more emotionally intelligent, more open to feeling all the feels, even the ones that are uncomfortable, seriously. And with the Ace of Swords, that truth bomb, this is about communicating your truth with kindness and understanding, you know? It's about expressing yourself authentically, but also being mindful of how your words impact others. You were shedding skins and owning your path, and the Fool, taking that leap of faith, well, the Page of Cups is trusting that the universe is going to catch you, you know? It's about embracing vulnerability and allowing yourself to be supported on your journey, seriously. And the Magician, harnessing your power. The Page of Cups is about using that power to create a world that's filled with love, joy, and compassion. I love that. So basically, this card is saying, like, don't be afraid to be yourself, don't be afraid to be vulnerable, and don't be afraid to dream big. Seriously. It's like you have all the tools you need to create an amazing life, so go out there and make it happen, but don't take life too seriously. Remember to play, remember to be curious, and remember to always stay open to new possibilities, you know? Embrace that inner child. Trust that the universe has your back, and know that you are loved and supported every step of the way, honestly. I feel like you are on the precipice of something truly amazing, and wow, this smoky quartz heart is definitely with you, transforming you every step of the way. So that's the reading. Wow, I really hope that resonated. Hey there, Rhodonite Sun, so glad you're here. Rhodonite is all about awakening, and your reading is themed around illuminating compassion. It's about sparking understanding, especially for yourself, and really fostering healing and growth in your connections, which I think is so beautiful. So let's get into it, okay? We have the Five of Cups, the Magician, and the Eight of Wands. Interesting combo. Right away, I'm seeing some, like, movement from sadness into action, you know? The Five of Cups, it's a classic card of feeling sorry for yourself, dwelling on what's lost, spilled milk kind of vibes. You might be going through a breakup, or maybe it's not even romantic, maybe it's a job loss, or even just feeling bummed about something that didn't work out the way you wanted it to. The thing about the Five of Cups is that you're so focused on what you've lost that you're totally missing what you still have. There are two cups standing right behind you, ready to be embraced. So yeah, you might be in your feels right now, and that's okay, feel it, but don't get stuck there, you know? This card can also represent the pain of unfulfilled expectations. Maybe you had a vision for how something was going to go, and now you're just like, wallowing in the disappointment that it didn't pan out. But, and this is a big but hello, the Magician is here. So like, this isn't the end of the story at all, not even close. The Magician is all about taking charge, manifesting your reality, using your skills and resources to create what you want. This is about realizing that you have everything you need to turn things around, like, right now. You have the power, the skills, the tools, all of it. It's time to stop focusing on the spilled milk and start looking at what you can create. The Magician coming after the Five of Cups is like a cosmic wake-up call. It's saying, okay, you've had your moment of sadness, now get your butt up and do something about it. This is where that awakening piece comes in, recognizing your own potential and deciding to use it. This isn't about, like, magically making everything perfect, but it is about taking intentional steps to change your situation. And then, oh my gosh, we have the Eight of Wands, and honey, this is, like, things are about to move fast. This card is all about rapid communication, quick action, things happening suddenly. It's like, once you decide to use your magician power, the universe is going to throw open the doors and things are going to start flowing. Expect messages, opportunities, and changes to come at you quickly. Be ready to jump on them. So buckle up, things are about to get exciting. Okay, so buckle up, things are about to get exciting. And then we have the Hanged Man, oh wow. Okay, so after all that rapid-fire energy of the Eight of Wands, like, the universe is saying, hold up, wait a minute, you know? This isn't a full stop, but it's definitely a pause, a moment to, like, hang in there, literally. The Hanged Man is all about surrender, seeing things from a different perspective, and sometimes just, like, needing to let go of control. So maybe all those opportunities that are coming at you with the Eight of Wands, you don't have to jump at all of them right away. This card is, like, asking you to take a step back, to look at things from a totally different angle. Maybe the way you thought things should be isn't actually the best way, you know? It's about being willing to sacrifice something, maybe your expectations, maybe your need to be in charge in order to gain a deeper understanding. Think of it like this. You're running full speed ahead, and then suddenly you're hanging upside down. Everything looks different, right? What seemed urgent before might not be so important now. What you were missing before is suddenly crystal clear, you know? This card is a beautiful complement to the Rhodonite energy. It's about awakening to a new perspective, seeing things with compassion, not just for others, but for yourself too. maybe you've been pushing yourself too hard, or maybe you've been judging yourself too harshly. And this is a chance to just, let it all go, surrender to the moment, and trust that things are unfolding as they should. It's also about illuminating compassion, like you're seeing things from a new angle, and suddenly you have compassion for someone or something you didn't before. The Hanged Man is saying that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is nothing at all. Just be still, observe, and allow things to unfold. So don't panic. Don't feel like you need to make a decision right now. Just breathe, be present, and trust the process. That Eight of Wands energy is still there. Those opportunities are still coming. But the Hanged Man is inviting you to approach them with a new sense of awareness and a whole lot more compassion. And oh honey, I am so excited to see what comes next. And oh honey, I am so excited to see what comes next. And what comes next is the world, oh my goodness. Okay, so after that Hanged Man pause, the universe is basically saying, okay, you've learned what you needed to learn, now it's time to celebrate. The world is all about completion, fulfillment, achieving your goals. It's like you've made it. You've gone through the tough times, you've learned the lessons, and now you're ready to step into your full potential, you know? This card coming after the Hanged Man is so powerful because it's like you couldn't have gotten to this place of completion without that period of surrender and reflection. You had to let go of control, you had to see things from a different perspective in order to finally achieve this sense of wholeness, you know? The world also represents travel, seeing the world, expanding your horizons, so maybe this is a literal trip, or maybe it's a metaphorical journey. You're about to embark on something new and exciting. It's like you're graduating to the next level, you know? I feel like a lot of times people are so scared to get out of that, comfort zone, but the universe is really pushing for that, and it's really supporting that. Think about it. You had that Five of Cups moment feeling down, but then you used your magician power to take action. Things started moving fast with the Eight of Wands. Then you paused, you surrendered with the Hanged Man, and now, bam, the world. It's like all those experiences were necessary to bring you to this moment of triumph, you know? It's all about integration, bringing all the different parts of yourself together, accepting yourself fully, flaws and all. And that Rhodonite energy, that awakening, is like you're finally seeing yourself and the world with compassion. You're understanding your place in the bigger picture, and that's so empowering. Remember how I said that you're seeing things from a new angle and suddenly you have compassion, not just for others but yourself too? It's like all the pieces of the puzzle are finally fitting together. This is definitely a moment to celebrate your wins, big and small. Acknowledge how far you've come and get ready for the next chapter, because honey, it's going to be amazing. I cannot wait to see what the very next card is. I cannot wait to see what the very next card is, and the very next card is the Four of Wands. Oh wow, this is beautiful. Okay, so after the world, which is like this huge accomplishment, the Four of Wands is saying, okay, let's bring that energy down to earth a little bit. Let's celebrate the everyday victories, you know. It's like you reached the top of the mountain. Now it's time to enjoy the view and build a cozy cabin, haha. The Four of Wands is all about home, harmony, celebration, community. It's about creating a sense of belonging, you know? So maybe this is about finding a new home or making your current home feel more like a sanctuary. Maybe it's about solidifying a relationship or finding your tribe, you know, people who really get you and support you. I feel like this is like a beautiful culmination to the journey we've seen so far, right? You started in the Five of Cups, feeling all sad and lost, but then you remembered your magician power, things started moving fast, you took a pause to see things differently, you achieved your goals with the world, and now you're creating a stable and joyful foundation for yourself. It's like you've built this amazing life for yourself. Now it's time to invite people in and share it, you know. This card can also represent a literal celebration, like a wedding, a graduation, a birthday party, something like that. But I feel like it's more about creating that celebratory feeling in your everyday life, you know? Like making every day a special occasion, appreciating the little things, surrounding yourself with beauty and joy. And going back to that Rhodonite energy, that awakening and compassion, this card is like about creating a home within yourself, you know? finding that sense of peace and belonging no matter where you are or who you're with. It's about treating yourself with kindness and compassion and creating a space where you feel safe and loved, always. It could also be saying, hey, after achieving the world, it's time to celebrate with those you appreciate. So maybe, there's that travel element from the world, and you're like, celebrating with friends somewhere else now too. Oh, that's amazing. The Four of Wands is just like a warm hug. It's about feeling good in your own skin and creating a life that you love, and oh honey, I am so excited to see what comes next. And oh honey, I am so excited to see what comes next, and the next card is the Sun. Oh my gosh, this is like pure joy, pure light, pure happiness. Okay, so after that Four of Wands, that feeling of home and celebration, the Sun is saying like, let's take that joy and radiate it outwards. This card is all about optimism, vitality, success. It's about shining your light on the world, It's like you've built this beautiful foundation with the Four of Wands, and now you're ready to step into the sunshine and share your gifts with everyone. I feel like this is the universe saying, you deserve to be happy, you deserve to feel good, you deserve all the good things coming your way. Think about it, we started with that Five of Cups energy, feeling all down, then the Magician helped you take control, things moved fast, you paused and surrendered to the Hanged Man, you achieved the world and celebrated with the Four of Wands, and now the Sun. It's like the universe is just showering you with blessings. This card can also represent a child or childlike joy, so maybe this is about reconnecting with your inner child, doing things that make you feel playful and carefree. Maybe it's about spending time with kids or just embracing that sense of wonder and excitement, I feel like a lot of times we get so caught up in, the serious stuff. But the Sun is reminding you to have fun, to laugh, to enjoy the simple things in life, It's also like that awakening that rhodonite energy, that compassion, it's coming back even more powerfully now. Think about it like this. You are, literally the sunshine for everyone around you. You're bringing warmth, joy, and positivity wherever you go, and that's such a gift, honey. This is the card of vitality. You're healthy, you're vibrant, you're full of energy, and you're ready to take on the world, and I know it. But the Sun also reminds you to be authentic, to be true to yourself, to let your inner light shine, Don't be afraid to express yourself, to be creative, to share your unique talents with the world, seriously don't. This card is screaming at you to step into your power and to fully embrace your joy, and oh my gosh, I am so excited to see what comes next. And oh my gosh, I am so excited to see what comes next, and the next card is the High Priestess. Honey, this is the ultimate stamp of approval from the universe, you are so on the right track. Okay, so after radiating all that sunshine, the High Priestess is saying, okay, now it's time to go inward, to trust your intuition, to connect with your inner knowing, This card is all about tapping into your subconscious, listening to your gut feelings, and trusting that you already have all the answers you need. Think about it, we started with that Five of Cups feeling lost, but then you found your inner magician, things sped up, you took a pause with the Hanged Man, you achieved the world, celebrated with the Four of Wands, radiated joy with the Sun, and now the High Priestess is okay, you've done all the external work, now it's time to go deep within and trust yourself, This card is a reminder that you have access to a wellspring of wisdom and guidance within you. You don't need to look outside yourself for the answers, you already have them, you just need to learn how to listen, Maybe this is about starting a meditation practice, or journaling, or spending more time in nature, whatever helps you connect with your inner voice. Maybe it's about paying attention to your dreams, or synchronicities, or just those little nudges that you get throughout the day. Remember that rhodonite energy, that awakening and compassion. The High Priestess is the ultimate expression of that, It's about awakening to your own inner wisdom and having compassion for yourself, and trusting that you're always being guided always. It's all those cards before were leading up to this moment of you fully trusting yourself and your intuition, and knowing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. The High Priestess is about, the divine feminine, that intuitive, receptive energy that's within all of us. And it's saying, it's time to embrace that part of yourself, to trust your instincts, and to know that you are powerful and wise and capable of anything, you know. So, like, whatever you're feeling drawn to do, whatever your gut is telling you, do it, honey, because it's the right path, I just know it. The High Priestess is also saying, now that you trust yourself, you're going to go even further than the world. So amazing, you've got this.